Welcome to Chris and Laura. Today we're going to make some breakfast. And we decided that we haven't had this for a while, so we're going to make a quiche. That is a pie crust with an egg mixture in it. You know, it's been around for a long time. But we're gonna start with that by making our own pie crust. Now, I've made this recipe a few times, quite a few times actually. It's my mom's recipe. Pretty easy for a pie crust. It's the rolling it out and transferring it that I'm not the greatest at, but we're going to hope that everything goes good today. So first off, what we have is 1 1/3 cups flour that we measured out, and then I sifted it into this bowl. Now we're going to measure it again and make sure we have 1 1/3 cups flour, but we're gonna measure it lightly. You know, we're not going to pack it or anything like that. We're just going to do a real light measure. So you just spoon it in there and then scrape it off. And put this back into this bigger bowl. Okay, so now we've got our 1 1/3 cup flour, sifted flour in here. And this is for a single pie crust. This isn't a double. So now we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to mix that salt into the flour. Now we've got 1/2 cup of, I have butter flavored Crisco, and I've had it in the refrigerator to keep it cold. So we're going to put that in here. I kind of cut it up a little bit. Now we are going to smash that all up into the flour and get it all mixed in. You want it to look like a coarse meal, like a cornmeal. You can use a pastry blender too, or whatever you want to use to get this part done. We are just about there. Alright, so you just want it to be mixed in so you have pretty much all the flour is coated in the, or the Crisco is coated in the flour, however you want to look at it. But you want it to turn out to look like a kind of a coarse meal. Alright, now we have 3 tablespoons of ice water. We're going to add 1 tablespoon at a time and mix it in between each tablespoon because you might not need it all. We're pretty dry here. We got 14% humidity, so I don't know. We'll see. There's 1. We're going to need number 3. In Nebraska, 3 was too many most of the time. You want it to be able to start packing, but not be sticky. I think I'm going to do about another 1/2 teaspoon or tablespoon. So I'm still not really coming together very well. I think we got it. All right. Now, put a little flour on my hands. We're going to start working this dough into a ball. I'm just making sure I get everything picked up, all the little crumblies down here in the bowl. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the fridge for probably about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, just so it gets a little chill on it so it won't fall apart or anything when I try to roll it. So we will be back when we're ready to roll the dough out. So give us about 15 minutes or so. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, so now our pie crust has gotten chilled a little bit. So we're going to flatten it out a little bit more. And I've got some parchment paper that I put down. I try to roll it on that. It makes it a little easier. Keeps it from sticking so bad. Just pressing it out down a little bit here. right, so now we're gonna roll it out. And now the tricky part. Okay, now we want to put this in there without breaking it. It's a good thing about the parchment paper, you can use it to move the crust around where you need it. Alright, now, gotta break it free. Now we're gonna form it into the pan. I think we're going to call that good for our pie crust. Alright, I'm going to set this pie crust in the refrigerator and let it stay chilled until we're ready for it, and we're going to start getting everything ready for the quiche. Alright, so now we're ready for the quiche part of it. Here's that beautiful pie crust that we made. Look at that. My edges, it's fine. These guys don't care what they look like. Now we have here, we're going to add 5 eggs to the bowl. And I've got 1 cup of half and half, or you can use cream or you can use milk. Mix that all together. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to it. And this is to taste. You can put however much you want in there. Okay, so we've got that mixed up good together. Now we'll take our pie crust, and I've got around half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese here. Maybe a little over. I don't know, I didn't measure it. It looked good. And I've got a little bit of Parmesan cheese in here, mixed in with the cheddar. Put that down first on the pie crust. Now I sautéed some veggies also that I'm going to put down. If you wanted to do some bacon or sausage or whatever kind of meat you wanted to, you could put that down now too. Just make sure you pre-cook it. Just like the veggies, make sure you saute them first. Just kind of want to spread it out evenly on the bottom. Now, take that spatula. We're going to pour our egg mixture. All right, there's that. I'm not going to tip it up at you because it'll go everywhere. But it looks beautiful. We're going to put it in a 400-degree oven and bake it for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to drop the temp to 375 and bake it for another 25 to 30 minutes, or until it looks set and it's all browned up and good looking and all that stuff. So we are going to put it in the oven, and we will be back when it's done. So we'll see you back here in a little bit. All right, here we go. It is done. We took the oven outside because it's really hot today, and it was a little off-centered, you know, kind of floppy, so it kind of pulled the crust apart right there, but it still looks beautiful. I think we're still going to eat it. All right. I think we've let it sit long enough. Let's go ahead and cut into this and see what we got here. Crust looks nice and flaky. Let's just cut a little piece right here. Doesn't that just look beautiful? Look at that crust. Nice and flaky. Let's give her a try. That is so good. The eggs are nice and creamy from the half and half. And that crust. I love crust. So flaky and good. So, alright. Here's our pie crust and quiche. If you want to give it a try, I'll put the recipes for both of them down below. But I hope you enjoyed watching this. It was a lot of fun making it. It's been a while since I made one. So, the guys are going to love it. So, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.